Welcome, all my fellow Washington brethren and sistren. I am your man and Washington football fan, Lou. Thank you for joining me here on the Washington Football Report. Breaking news, Ron Rivera has officially named Dwayne Haskins the starter for Week 1 versus the Philadelphia Eagles. This comes as no surprise to any of us out there. There were a few stragglers out there clinging to Alex Smith being the Week 1 starter. I believe those were trolls. But if you've been paying attention to any amount of camp, you haven't even needed to be paying attention the entire time. Have you been paying attention to any amount of camp? You would have understood that this was going to be announced at some point. I told you every bit of a week ago that I expected this announcement sometime in the near future, and I told you it would be sooner rather than later. Here we are on September 2nd, 11 days away from the season opener, and Dwayne Haskins has been announced as the starter. Rivera told the team this morning that Dwayne earned the right to be the leader of this team, and he will be leading this team on the field and hopefully throughout the entire 2020 season as the starting quarterback of the Washington football team. Again, this is something that we all expected. This is not new news. This is a guy that had been taking just about all of the snaps with the first team all camp. I told you about 99% of the first team snaps were being taken by Dwayne Haskins. Kyle Allen was brought here to be somewhat of an insurance policy. If something were to go wrong with Dwayne, or if they were having issues with the quarterbacks picking up the offense, Kyle is a guy that was comfortable with the offense. He'd be able to come in and run it. If anything goes wrong this season, whether it be injury or anything such like the sort, then Kyle would be able to step in because he's comfortable with this offense. So he was never a threat to be the starting quarterback here. The real threat was Alex Smith. He was never healthy enough to be taken seriously as a threat to Dwayne Haskins. And Dwayne, furthermore, and this is what it really boils down to, it's not about Alex Smith not being healthy. It's not about Kyle Allen being a backup quarterback. It's about Dwayne Haskins just being the best option for this football team. It's about his talents outshining that of an Alex Smith. Whether Alex was healthy or not, I truly believe that Dwayne would have won this job just because of where they are in their careers. Alex is a 36-year-old veteran quarterback, not having the mobility he once did, doesn't have the type of game that kind of suits what offensive coordinator Scott Turner wants to do, which is push the football down the field. Alex is more of a take what the defense is giving you, dink and dunk type of guy. Dwayne is willing to challenge the defense. He's willing to take risk down the field. Now, sometimes it's going to turn into a mistake. Those things happen. It's part of the growing process with young players, but he's willing to take the risk, and as a wise man once told me, no risk it, no biscuit. You got to be willing to take those opportunities down the field, and when they come, you cannot miss. Hopefully, Dwayne is able to do that at a high clip this season, starting Week 1 versus the Philadelphia Eagles. But this is something that we all saw coming and are excited about, because this is a guy that really, for all intents and purposes, is auditioning for a spot as this team's starting quarterback moving forward. Nothing has been given to him. Ron Rivera came in here day one, said that Dwayne needed to earn this. He needed to step up, be a leader, step up and show the kind of leadership that is necessary of the quarterback position. Come in early, stay late, put in the work. He got his body into shape. That was half of the equation, okay? Just because you're in shape doesn't mean you're going to be a tremendous quarterback, but that was half the battle. He got himself into tremendous shape. He got the playbook down. He was able to do that via Zoom, and once he got there, he was ready to take command of this offense. There's been some bumps in the road here and there during training camp, but that's what you want. You want to see growth. You want to see guys make mistakes, learn from those mistakes. That's something that Dwayne, even in his struggles last year from day one, has done, learning from his mistakes. He's a guy that has come in here. He showed the leadership qualities that Rivera asked for. He's shown the ability to go out and run this offense the way they want it. And Rivera said it himself today that when he knew that Dwayne was the guy was when he started to see Dwayne handle this offense and be able to go out there, react to the defense, but more importantly, go up tempo. When he started to run this offense with rhythm and tempo, be able to move faster, play faster, not think as much. That's when he knew this guy was ready to assume the role of starting quarterback for this football team. So he went ahead and made the decision today. He also said, did Rivera, he hopes that Dwayne is able to take advantage of this opportunity and that he and Dwayne can make as much success as he and Cam Newton made in Carolina, and hopes that they can have a run together the way that Newton and Rivera had in Carolina here in Washington with him and Haskins. Remember, he went to a Super Bowl with Cam Newton. Those two came in together in Carolina 2011, and they made some beautiful music together over the years. Newton's injuries really are the reason Rivera is here. Had Newton stayed healthy, I don't think we're having this conversation about Ron Rivera being our coach. So hopefully not only can Dwayne do what Cam Newton did, but exceed those expectations, exceed what Cam Newton was able to do, and be even better as a starting quarterback in this league than one Cameron Newton. We'll see what happens. This is the first step, him being named starter. Now, the next process and next step in the process, I should say, is him taking advantage of this opportunity that he earned. This was not given to him. He earned the right to be the starter of the Washington football team. Now go out and prove all the naysayers wrong. A lot of people still think the Washington football team will be drafting a quarterback next year early in the 2021 NFL draft. It's time for Dwayne Haskins to prove those people wrong. Go out and ball, young man. Rumble, young man, rumble this year in 2020. Show all of those people that they're wrong, and the Washington football team need to look no further than Dwayne Haskins for the answer to all of their quarterback quandary problems. Hopefully, he'll be able to go out and show that. I'm expecting that. I think he's going to have a big-time sophomore season. I think he's going to come out, show a lot of things. It may start out a little slow, and I anticipate that. But I think once he gets it and this offense starts to click, look out for Dwayne Haskins and what he'll be able to provide for this football team in 2020 and moving forward. So Ron Rivera makes it official today. Dwayne Haskins named your starting quarterback. So that piece of news takes that discussion off the table. I appreciate Ron for that. So we don't have to continue to discuss that, because there really was no discussion for me, but there were some people out there that felt like, hey, Alex Smith is still out there. Alex Smith still hasn't even been in 11 on 11s with full pads on yet. So he's still going through the process, but Dwayne's your guy. Week 1, I'm looking forward to seeing it. And now we can start focusing in on the 53-man roster. I cannot wait till tomorrow when we really take a deep dive into the 53-man roster. Much of the show tomorrow will be centered around the 53-man roster. There are a ton of questions, especially with the addition of David Sharp. I think I know the answer there. I gave you the answer that I think you're going to have there already. If you haven't checked out that David Sharp video, I actually put 2 videos up yesterday, dug in the crates and found my 2017 analysis of David Sharp. So I went ahead and uploaded that, gave you my analysis as to what I think this means for him coming onto the roster, and we'll discuss that and a plethora of topics, including more talk from Washington football training camp as well. Some coach and player speak. We'll take a look at some pictures and do all of the things that we normally do on a Thursday night. The final Washington football report of the offseason, as we will then shift gears and turn our attention to the 2020 regular season next week. So looking forward to chopping it up with you guys tomorrow. 8:30 p. as always, will be live for the Washington football report, where we'll talk Dwayne Haskins, we'll talk about this football team, but we will specifically talk about the 53-man roster, which I think is as intriguing a 53-man cut down as we've seen with this football team in quite some time. So with that being said, I am a Washington football fan, etched in burgundy and gold. My Washington spirit will never die. Washington spirit will never fold until we meet again. Hail to our beloved Washington football team. Look forward to chopping it up with you guys in the near future. Remember, if you haven't already done so, what are you waiting on? Go ahead and subscribe to the Louie T Network. Turn on those notifications so you don't miss a thing. Also, make sure you like this video and If you haven't already done so, check out the website, LouieTeeNetwork.net. A lot of things there for you to consume. But also, there is the merch that is up on the site. Down in the description below, there are 2 links for different places where you can get the merch. Check it out. See if there's anything there you like. Peruse and then shop. Support the Louie T Network by getting you some merch, man. I really appreciate that. Thank you guys so much in advance. In the meantime, enjoy the rest of your day. If anything breaks, you know what will happen. You'll see this face all up in your space. But until then, enjoy the rest of the activities, festivities that are going on, whether you're catching Game 7, Rockets and Thunder tonight, or you're just kicking back, relaxing, and chilling. We'll reconvene tomorrow if nothing else breaks, and we'll talk about this football team ad nauseum. Until then, you guys have a good one. Stay safe and take care.